one of the family. Consider yourself. Going to get to London. Anyway. Okay, is that the shot right there? Now, I'll tell you what I've got. No, I don't want that. I want Big Jet TV. Okay, here we go. Wow, so many people already here. Now, crew access steps still attached to the her. I'm going to call it her from now on. Your man, her. Well, it's Dancing Queen, isn't it? So it's like. Right, okay, we'll just do a little PTC, I think, just to say hello. What's going on here then? It's clear. We're going to get to London. Morning, folks. Well, actually, it's good afternoon. 1:45 here, 12:45 in the afternoon in London. Welcome and good morning wherever you are in the world. Good afternoon, good evening, the usual spiel. Very glad to have you with us. Bit of a sort of like, you know, lastminute.com stream that we're doing here at London Heathrow to bid farewell to a great love of ours. She has a very fond place in our hearts, especially mine. My old dad, God bless his soul, flew the DC-854 freighter with a cargo airline called International Aviation Services. Look them up, IAS DC-8. You'll see a couple of examples of her there. I flew on that aircraft many times with my dad in the jump seat. And of course, way back in the day, before all the, you know, before all the sort of like, you know, insurances and sort of stuff like that, people were throwing cigarettes out the open window before they took off, and you know, all that kind of stuff. Obviously frowned upon now, of course, by the PC brigade. But look, the reason why I have a very fond place in my heart for the A346, Airbus A346. There's a few variants of it, as you may well know, but the 346 is my favourite in terms of just her enormity. I'll just let this A380 go past me. Had a Emirates A380 had an RTO yesterday, apparently, at Manchester, which was quite remarkable. She went all the way down the runway, apparently because she'd missed her slot in terms of the de-icing fluid and its effectiveness, because obviously she had a long taxi out and been waiting quite some time, and there is a certain window in which the de-icing fluid becomes ineffective, so she had to go back to the gate and be re-de-iced. But anyway, I digress. As you can see, oh, look at this, you got Virgin's 346 at the gate. She is Dancing Queen, G-VFIT, if you want to track her. She's being retired off. In fact, not 100% just yet, as all you av geeks will be aware. The A346 fleet were given a stay of execution in terms of their retirement. I don't think they're being scrapped. I mean, this girl here, she's just around about 13 years old, not even 13 years old, which is a crying shame, it has to be said. However, all the new jets that have been coming on stream, of course, the A350, which we all love. Of course, they have the A330s, and as well as that, the Dreamliners as well. Obviously, they've been having a few issues with the Dreamliner engines, the Trent 1000s. That's why They kept the 346 in service. However, now, due to the health issues, the global health issues, it appears, my take on it anyway, is that due to the reduction in passenger numbers, therefore they don't need these aircraft in operation at the moment. So they're being taken to Gatwick, and they're going to be stored at Gatwick. Apparently 2 of them are already there, and this final one is going to Gatwick Airport for storage and to be put on standby in case they are needed. We are here to basically bid a fond farewell to Dancing Queen. It may be the very last time we see an A346 with Virgin Atlantic operating out of London Heathrow. So get the tissues ready, folks, and she should be going out around about 10 past. The crew access steps are still there. We're going to get a few departures just to give you Av Geeks some Monday afternoon or Monday morning. Here we go, 747. Hold it right there, Simpson. Oh, she's grounded. Quite a rudder. Just seen one go out. She went out very, very early. This one looks quite long. Indeed it is. The one just now off to the United States. She went out very, very early. It's probably quite empty, I would have thought. There's another 747 taxiing down. The Snapper, right next to Snapper, I think, that taxiway, that 747. Of course, we are here for the Dancing Queen G-VFIT Airbus A346. Look at this. This is London Heathrow for you, folks. Look at this, 350 taxiing out and a 350 inbound. Looks like Qatar. So we are at London Heathrow. This is runway 27 right. Fortunately for us, this Dancing Queen's going to taxi right past us. And let's all cross our fingers and hope that she goes out. She's going to be empty, folks. Very little fuel on board. And of course, you know, no passengers. It's not a scheduled flight. It's just a ferry flight down to Gatwick. So the heaviest item on board this aircraft is going to be the captain's wallet. So she might just go out on intersect. Alternatively, she may well, let's just get a good look at this 350. Let me just straighten this up a little bit for you, folks. Just stand by. There we go. Everything all right, GP? Just going to lock that out there, because she's going to come into your shot any moment now. Okay, right. So from, I don't like to use the word oldest aircraft in the fleet, because like I say, this aircraft that we're witnessing the retirement of, she's only 13 years old, not even 13 years old, but she's a gas guzzler, ladies and gentlemen. Unlike the new modern jets that we see here, like with this 350 Rolls-Royce XWB Trent engines, still the same engine variant, the Trent, but this is the XWB, developed specifically for the A350. So Virgin, in terms of their media and their press, they would much rather we be filming this beautiful aircraft than their old 346, but they need to appreciate there are millions and millions of av geeks around the world who have a very soft spot in their aviation hearts for the Airbus A346. Wow, wouldn't it be great to try and get some kind of idea of the kind of mileage that this 346 has flown? That would be that's a challenge, isn't it? Of course, this morning while I was putting the cage up on top of the van, that did a go around at London Heathrow, which was came flat out over the top of my house. There, New Zealand. So more Virgin Atlantic VS jets. Trent 5s on the A346. I don't think she's got a I think she's just using passenger access steps. Oh, look at that tab. 777, shame it's not Star Wars, but there we go. Wonderful airline to fly with. Only flown with them once, but I have to be honest with you, great cabin crew, looked after us very well. Upgraded me, which was very gratefully received. Just keeping an eye on her at the moment. Let's just jump across to some comments. Let me just say it back then. Let me lock her out on there just for now, so you can have a good look at her. Just for you folks who are unfamiliar with the A346. Believe it or not, this is actually a museum piece, and of course, as we are all aware, we go to Madrid where we see Iberia's A346 fleet, so that's always good to see. Got a new member here, Simon Parks, upgraded his membership to super class. Simon, thank you so much, my friend. Squale, welcome to first class, Squale. You along with Simon, along with all our first class and super class members, will be joining me this week in Los Angeles. Yes, that's right, folks, this week, as early as we're going to be in Los Angeles, Friday and Saturday Los Angeles, Sunday in San Francisco. Let's go to San Francisco. Shirley Burge, good morning to you. Michaela Marshall, Paul Hooper, Sam Reed, Elizabeth Lieb, good morning to you. Bob Copsey, Darren Graham, Shirley Burge, Brian Crawley, John Hucklesby, Harmick Viscanian, Moreg Jones. Got another new member just popped up. All the small things, welcome to first class. All the small things right there on YouTube. Oh, Boeing 747, can't miss a 747, folks. Looks like she's quite heavy with fuel. Look at the outboard wings. True. Yeah, she's around. Look at the speed she's going, man. Rotate speed around about 160 knots. Here she goes. She's going up quite early. Fortunately for us av geeks, these 747s are around for a good few more years with British Airways as they retire that fleet, move over to the big twins, the super twins, the A350s, of course. More Dreamlines. Got a Dreamliner 1000 that's due in. Oh, look at this big, beautiful Air Canada. Got any Canadians in the house, folks? Air Canada in the new livery. Well, it's not so new anymore, but she's looking smart. Here we go for the big spool up. eyeliner on her. Little bit of Amy Winehouse about her. Properly suited and booted in that new livery. Love it, love it. Wow, look at that. Something we don't see very often at Heathrow. I mean, we do see it from time to time, but Egyptair's 737. Yeah, quite a rare bird to see. Been a while since we've seen her. Usually they're 777. Maybe passenger numbers are down, we don't know. But or sometimes we might see both the 737 and the 777 in the town. So I'm just keeping an eye out, folks. Don't you worry. I've got my beady eye on that 346 on the Dancing Queen, waiting for her access steps to be taken away. More members. Motor Psychology, good morning to you. Welcome to Executive Moto Psychology. Planning to have the Lisbon edit up and ready tomorrow for you folks to watch on Executive, First Class and Super Class, of course. What a great show on Saturday at Manchester. Thanks again to all the folks at Manchester for that warm welcome. Oh, look at that. Talking about the new livery. That's the Air Canada new livery on the Dreamliner this time. American Airlines A330. I think that's a 200, but I might be wrong, depending, because it's just sometimes the optic illusion, the angle of the angle that she's at. I'll be flying out on Virgin's Dreamliner to Seattle on Thursday around about midday, possibly flying out in some pretty gnarly wind conditions, so that will be a bit of excitement. About a 12:25 departure. Interesting, has he just come in then, that can't have done, because Egyptair's normally over the other side, unless he's what the 346 is. So Gavin right now on YouTube telling it. Oh right, okay. Gavin telling us that apparently they're going to be sent to Bournemouth to be stripped of their livery and repainted for another carrier. So they'll still be used, but hopefully a slightly better livery than what we've seen. One of their aircraft, which went to an African carrier, I think, who literally, I think they might have called the kids in to paint it. Absolute disaster, I have to say. Rated is this? Of course, just remember, folks, quite a few people ask me, oh, when you're going out to Los Angeles, make sure you go and head for this restaurant or that restaurant, or go into town and do all of this and that and the other. But folks, just be aware, going to Los Angeles, it's not holiday, folks. You guys, my members, are paying for it, and I am going there to bring you aviation action from that airport. So like last time when I was at Los Angeles, I won't step foot outside of the farthest I'll go is literally to Mike's house, which is about a mile from the airport. So I'm not going to be headed to Sunset or anything like that. Hello. It's just all about aviation. Look at this beautiful aircraft. She's growling. Yeah, I mean, by the time I finish the full day's streaming, I'm too tired to do anything anyway. So straight back to the hotel, something to eat, and then bed. Get myself ready, up early for the next morning of streaming for all you folks. And of course, it is great to have so many people with me in terms of live on the show when I'm overseas. Especially on the international trips like Los Angeles. I know a lot of you guys braving the night and staying up late. Oh, look at that. Green Bean, thank you. Morning from Atlanta. Have a safe flight to Seattle this week. Thank you, Green Bean. $4.99 thrown at me there on the Mark Costigan, 20 euros. Oh, have a safe flight to LAX, Jerry. Thanks for everything you do for us. And grab a coffee along the way, mate. Thank you, my friend. I will certainly do that. Thank you very much indeed. No, Ben, I'm going via Seattle. So London Heathrow, Seattle, then off to Los Angeles. It's just a multi-city stop that we booked up with Virgin Atlantic and Delta Airlines. So John Grinham, good morning. Likes that LATAM 777 motorpsychology. My work colleague is an ex-CF-18 fighter pilot. Wow. Now flies for Air Canada A320s and just qualified for the new A220, which he starts flying in a couple of months. Wow, motorcycle easy for you to say. Motor psychology. That is great news. What a great aircraft she is to fly. Look on our channel today, folks. You'll see a great little piece which I put up of the Swiss A220 at Manchester, giving a great peace sign. Cool pilots, we call it. Air Pete 1, Ryan Porter, Urban. James Scott, welcome to first class, James. We are all Neo. Good morning to you, Caroline Blair, Safan Sayed, Debbie Speller, Davina too. Welcoming James there. So many great people. London Heathrow, Richard Mortara, just saying hello to each other there. Tracy Hunt, good morning. Andy, when is G-VFIT set for retirement, anyone? Which one is that, my friend? Is that, are we talking about a British Airways flight there, or Billy Brook? Welcome to first class, Billy Brook. Okay, one of our members, Rich Tor, flies this jet. Probably flown this very jet, A330 with American Airlines. Just lining her up, centre on the centre line there with a rudder. See it? Once she reaches about 60 knots, that's then transferred. Control is transferred over to the foot pedals. And very derated. Look, 200 this. Makes the ground shake, those Trent 7s. British Airways 777-300 ER. look at those big engines, folks. And watch for the condensation in the intakes as she powers up. Its own little climate inside the engine intakes as she gulps a good few tons of air per second. Figures are just incredible when you look at those statistics. These are the GE90s, I think, as well. 115Bs even, I think. 115,000 pounds of thrust per side. 230,000 pounds of thrust. Getting this thing effortless. Puff of brake dust. Ah, hello. Access steps are detached from the aircraft, so now let's keep an eye on her. She might come up on radar. My Billy Brook, welcome to first class, Billy. Mark Costigan, thank you very much indeed. James Scott, welcome to first class. Trone Hunter, Eve Hosgood, Auntie M Sim, Daniel Skiathos Pearson, James Scott, Shiznuts, one of the best aircraft with the GE90 777 engines. James Scott saying there, getting involved straight in the plane talk. Hey, look, there's J Bones in the house. GE90 rock, yeah, they do, my friend. Best sounding engine on the market right now. John Grinham, Tracy Hunt, Caroline Blair, BizKit 551. Good morning to you. Have you ever been in love? Have you ever caught a bird strike live on camera? No, BizKit. We haven't, fortunately, I have to say, we haven't. Toby Hancock, Michael Edge, afternoon. All great pictures again. Jerry landed at London Heathrow 0620 this morning. Came back from Toronto on BA92. Their new A350 1000s are awesome. Yes, I'll have to agree with you there. Been very fortunate enough to have flown with British Airways on their A350 1000. He was in row 20, window seat, right by the engine. Yeah, Jorge Aquilia. Jerry, did you say 250 pounds of thrust? No, I said 115 pounds of thrust. The GE115B, I think, that powers the freighters and the 300 variants of the 777. All in all, 230,000 pounds of thrust getting that thing off the ground. I believe, anyway, I might be wrong. Jay, not Chicago, Jay Clayton, there we go, never got to fly on this aircraft. Stephen Owers, Mark Ellams, Daniel Griffiths, V. Brucey, welcome to Executive V. Brucey. Chicky Armitage, raining in Kansas. Mick Print, good afternoon to you. Michaela Marshall, Alan Richard Yalden. Does anyone know if modern engine fans are synchronised as they are in prop-driven aircraft? Interesting. Synchronised, well, they will be synchronised by the onboard computer systems, I would imagine. Most definitely, because otherwise they'll be all over the place. I would have thought. Anyway, Tim Parfit, good morning to you. Kaylee Seymour. But good question there, coming from Alan. V. Brucey, thank you. Daniel Griffiths. Well, Daniel, when you buy your model, if you want a good place to buy it from, Grab it from Aviation Retail Direct. They're the best people to get it from. Paul Waddington, welcome to First Class, Paul. Jane Berry, sorry. Russ Phillips, good day to you. Do you have any plans to come to Narita? Yes, Russ, most definitely. Ain't no doubt about it. But obviously, understandably, with the current conditions that we're under, or restrictions, should I say, I'm just staying on the west, in the west for the time being. Beautiful old 200 variant. Slowly but surely going to be retiring these 200s off. Of course, they're the Rolls-Royce Trent 800 variant on the 200s. Only in the first few batches of 777-200s with British Airways had the Trent 8 attached to it. They then switched over to the GE90s. Have I got time for this? Got any friends from India? Just get this Air India Dreamliner. Great looking livery on this old girl. God, she's the crap. Ding ding. So just be aware, folks, even though we're celebrating this beautiful A346 aircraft, and here she comes now, she's on push. This may not be the last time we see her operate out in Heathrow. We might see her, you know, be called on as a standby aircraft if another aircraft goes tech, one of the 330s or Dreamliners, for example. So she may be called on, but, well, actually, no, that's not true, because now we're hearing other reports that she's going to be heading down to Bournemouth. Oh, plane finder saying it's going to Manchester, so that's interesting. So Virgin Atlantic using their own pushback vehicles here at London Heathrow most of the time, either red or blue, one out of two. Get a start up. Nice lamppost. Lovely lamppost. Look at that. Pull her forward, mate. Sometimes they do, actually. Bring her forward a little bit, son. Stephen Luskin. VFIT, yes indeed, G-VFIT. Wow. Blimey O'Reilly. There she is starting up. John Hugglesby wants to see the wind sign. It's direct westerly, John. Nothing. Okay, apparently she's on a positioning flight to Manchester and then Bournemouth. So all you Mancunian spotters, get yourselves down to the South Bank. If she's going out this afternoon, that's going to be one to watch. Just try to knock that out. Bloody hell. Come This is a bit. Come on, you little. Same, man. So, very little fuel on board. Not heading to Gatwick. Ian D saying, I know it's just a perception, but 4Jets just looks right. But I'm of the 707 generation. Yes, so am I, my friend. And I agree entirely, but obviously, you know, just with fuel economy and literally because of technology, the advancement of engine technology, these big massive fan blades that they're using nowadays, you don't need 4 engines. 2 is enough. Okay, flight. We got a bit of we got a little bit of not 100% sure where she's going, whether she's going. We've got to start up. Conflicting information whether she's going to Gatwick or Manchester. We don't know. Neil Banks. Good afternoon to you, Debbie Speller, Jeffrey Orvis. Come on Facebook, let's talk about planes. The Gatwick group reported she's going there too, Richard Mortara. There we go. And Michael Smith also saying says she's going to Gatwick on Flight Radar 24. Alira Lee Lindquist, good day to you. Richard Mortara, retired for now but likely to be sold on. I think she's, they're only 13 years old, so they definitely won't be scrapped, that's for sure. More than likely going to be sold on. I don't know if Virgin will put that back on a leasing company's books, whether they bought them for cash or what the deal was on that. Greg Lassell saying, please put her in a museum at least. Well, Greg, funny you should say that. There is actually one of these beautiful A346s in the Airbus Museum out there in Toulouse. So already a museum piece, these aircraft. Daniel Griffiths, yes, indeed. Right with you there, mate. Trone Hunter, it's empty. Yes, indeed, it's an empty flight. I'm hoping she's going to come out on Intersect right in front of us. What a treat that'll be if she does. She'll be very, very light. Minimal fuel on board. Jennifer Cowell, Bournemouth, I know well. I grew up near there. That's where I got my interest in planes. And here she comes now. Ethan Carberry Holt. Welcome to Economy, Ethan. Hex Trasher. John Harmonson. Michael G. Kelly, yes indeed, it is a sad time, my friend. Tariq Nazir, good day to you, Tariq. Dardy, 37. Yeah, thought of Branson walking in and paying for cash, slapping a big briefcase full of cash down on the desk. Quite a fast taxi for her. Born May 2006, is it? Airborne May 2006. Flipping it. Be breaking a few rules and regulations there, wouldn't I? Big old two-handle going out, yeah. There you go. Earth-shattering Trent 8s. She's not going into sec there. In fact, she's definitely not going into sec anywhere. I think she's going full length. So she might go up early. She might go up right in front of us. Shut up, I'm telling yous. Check. Definitely going full length. Poignant capture there, right outside Virgin's maintenance hangar, which she would have been in there a few times. So this will just be, the crew will be just standard flight crew. Type rated, of course, on the I mean, I'm thinking that maybe they could be 330 or 340 crew, not specifically having to be 346. I think the switch from the 330 to the 346 is it's just all about length more than anything else. That's an interesting shot of Ethiopian. Is that Ethiopian? Has he just come in? Must have just come in. Yeah, he's just come in. He's late, isn't he? He's very late. Keith Cornell, the fridge magnets are on the store, my friend, if you're wondering where they are. Under accessories. Check it out, Keith. Of course, there is a quite an extensive range of merchandise now on Big Jet TV. Just go to BigJet.shop. BigJet.shop. If if you're after a little bit of merchandise. Always like a start-up shot. Keeping my eye on her, folks. She hasn't moved yet. She's been photobombed by a 320 anyway, so Oh, Ender Walsh, good day. Is this the last 346 for Virgin? Ender, yes, believe that this is the, the last 346 to leave Heathrow, we believe. Craig Duck, Jane Chapman, Lou Sherwood, Ethan Carberry Holt. I've flown on a 757. Well, look at you. Okay, she's moving again. Here we go. Sorry about that. She's on the move. So like we say, she's quite light. She'll be very light on fuel. I think he might be sneaking in after this American triple. Got a big set of booming G90s about to No, 321's going out first. It's all about this girl though, Dancing Queen. Yeah, if you're going to buy a magnet, folks, a fridge magnet, just double check the magneticity. I think that's the word. Just check a magnet will stick to your fridge, but then again, you can use it on your microwave, depending upon the positioning of your microwave. Do not use it on your toaster. Don't use it on your toaster because it might get. Mind you, the carcass of a toaster doesn't get off, and most of them are plastic anyway. Oh, flipping it, getting a bit into it there. Put it on your toaster. Toaster magnets. I like a bit of toast. Slower line. United! Michael O'Halloran is watching. Good day, Michael. Just want to also give a quick shout out to Greg Gilmore's son. Happy birthday for tomorrow, Greg Gilmore's son. Loves Big Jet TV. Greg baking him a cake today. It's a multi-purpose dad right there. Fair play. I wouldn't even know where to start. Mind you, get all online, can you? think United possibly using the Pratt wheelies on that 777. I don't know, I might be wrong. Little intersect going out. Jumbo jet. Flaps and slats are extended, so she's coming out. Wow, look at the Kestrel right above it. Look at that. Great. Cool. Send off. A wart salute. There he goes. Hey, wow, look at the guard of honour, there we go. Wow, look at that precision, the way he just stopped there, man. Look at, he's right below the, look at that, man. Oh, that's fantastic. I love that, I love that, that's brilliant. That is funny, man, that is really funny. Well, they're holding her for a while, I don't know what it is. Obviously the slot, here she comes now, she's moving. This looks like this will be it after this 320. She might even go in front of this 320, I don't know, looks like she is, yes. Here we go, folks. Cross your fingers that she goes out right in front of us. She'll only need a very minimal amount of run, just basically down to the fact she's got very little fuel and no luggage, no passengers, no nothing on board. Just the bare bones of the aircraft. See it in the back, of course. Wind is 270. 16 knots, I believe, around about 16 knots of 270. Or 270. Fire it up, son. Well, imagine it might be a female pilot taking it around. Graceful. That was graceful. That was a graceful departure. If she turns left, she's going to Gatwick. If she turns right, she's going to Manchester. She's going to Gatwick, is she? So she won't go much above sort of like 20,000 feet, I would have thought. Coming at you, Gatwick. Going to meet up with her other brothers and sisters parked up at Gatwick. I'd imagine that probably cheaper to park them at Gatwick, or the fact that they just have more space available down at Gatwick. There we go, folks. That's your lot. And there's another Queen going out. So she'll head out towards Farnborough, probably, and then make a left and get herself vectored for a Gatwick airport. Right, you lot, back to work. Yeah, thanks folks, appreciate your company, and we'll see you Wednesday for a little brief show before we head off to Los Angeles. I'm headed back now to complete the edit for Lisbon. It's quite a long one, it has to be said, so that'll be exclusively to all our good friends who are executive and up members at Big Jet TV, because that's what you get as being an executive member. Exclusive access to all our premiere shows that we put out, which premieres are basically an edit of international shows that we do when we travel abroad with our first class and super class members. So if you want to join us in Los Angeles this week, you're more than welcome, folks. You can either upgrade your membership or you can come along and join us as a first class member, and then you can leave if you want to. It's entirely up to you. Most people tend to stay around, it has to be said, just because we do deliver a tremendous amount here on Big Jet TV. Somebody saying, what was it, 100, some crazy amount of hours since 116 hours. Was it February? February, 116 hours of aviation action on Big Jet TV in February alone, and in terms of what we give back to our members, obviously when I'm overseas, it's all about you guys. Full commitment, 100% full throttle. When I get there, it's all about you guys testing the equipment, and as soon as we get there, making sure everything's up and running, and then it's we'll get out there Friday morning. We've got a new location that we're going to go to either Friday morning or Saturday. I'll probably be finding out that later on today when I put a call into the United States of America. Yes, thanks very much, folks. Really appreciate your company, and farewell, my love. And we'll see you on Wednesday. Take it easy. See you later. Bye-bye. Okay, who's that?